We've all been there. That moment of panic when you realize you've left your charger somewhere. But where? Is it in your hotel room, your rental car? Wherever it is, your battery is dying, and now you're stuck. But now you never have to worry about leaving your charger behind with the brand new charger leash. It's preset to ring as soon as you unplug your device. The alarm helps to remind you to unplug your cord and take it with you, ensuring you're never on the go without power. It's also a great anti-theft device that alerts you if someone else unplugs your phone at a public charging station, at an airport or a convention center. Never get stuck with a dead battery again. Charger leash.
Jeshuvwe, Shaimok to Mayu, Mashuv, Manong, Edma Hochu, the Bayan Majat Wov, Ku, Batma, Jedjo, Kidstak, Vav Pumadir, Muparech, Mashutav, Kumamev, Komashuvtach, Maov.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey.
Shrivasta's in the house. I'm back, people. I know you missed me, and I am not alone. This week on episode 36, I am bringing my friends, Miss Pixie.
Hey!
Oh, and my girls holding down the house, Miss Nikki.
Hey, we missed you last week, but we did really well without you.
You guys always do. You make me proud. And I'm always peeping on you guys. I may not be there, but I'm watching. And then we have Miss Jen, who you guys just saw. singing like a badass, because I can't sing a note. Not only was she like living the thug life over there in Klingon, but she was keeping it real. Did you see them dancing skills? I mean, come on, people. I want to see in chat. You know what? I dare you guys to go out and make a 2-minute clip of you guys singing in Klingon. I don't think you can do it. I dare you. So Pixie, take it away.
So this week we're going to be Star Trekking across the universe.
I'm talking about Klingons.
And
We
yeah,
are.
of course. How can you not? So obviously, guys, we have an amazing guest with us today. We have Jen Usellis Mackay. So she's a singer and actor in Chicago. She's currently working on the Klingon Pop Warrior music project on Kickstarter. And last year she did the song, and I'm sorry, I am going to butcher Klingon right now, right here, at this exact moment. But she did Hitchhop, which is to the tune of...
Hitchhop. Yeah, you got to say it with authority.
I
Oh
have
my
no
God.
authority. Have you seen me?
Go throw money at it, people. Just go. Throw it. Come on.
But it was to the tune of Sixpence None the Richer's Kiss Me, for the improvised Star Trek podcast, which ended up having modest viral success. And she finally has time to do a CD of more pop songs translated into Klingon.
Because why not?
That is right. You know what,
Exactly,
guys?
why not?
We are trying to talk her into doing Banquiqui's I'ma Cut You. You guys know how much I love it, and we want to hear it in Klingon because you think
could
that
do
song,
You could
She
do
could.
it. You can do
She
a
could.
parody. You just can't do the real song.
right?
Well,
Yeah.
actually, some of the stuff that I'm doing right now is they are direct translations, and part of the reason that I'm doing the Kickstarter is so that I can afford to get the song rights for everything.
All right.
So-
So
Little do
So
people
I could
know.
do it.
Yeah, yeah.
awesome.
You know, little
Now-
do people know that you do need the song right. So Aaliyah, if you're out there listening, watching, we'll tweet you. You could just give us a little leeway.
We
You
would
know what I'm
love
saying?
you forever. You don't
would.
understand. Because the amount Shrivasta and I listen to this song.
We are obsessed with the song.
Long
It
quick,
just
quick.
speaks to me. Right? King Bugger! I mean, I'm saying. I'm just saying.
It does. It does. It really does speak to you. And it hits you in this deep emotional place.
In the feels, right in the feels.
It does. It's
gives me all
a
the feelings.
wave of feels.
It hits you all right.
Oh, man.
It hits you real right down there.
Right, guys? And if you haven't seen in the chat, we're linking the Kickstarter project because we have some, you know,
Yeah,
we've reached our goal, right, Jen?
Get some money.
Yes.
We've
Yeah,
reached our
we-
goal, but we have some things we want to work on, right? Some important things.
Yeah. It is 100% funded. So that got me 4 songs, but I actually have the translations for 2 more. I have Bad Romance by Lady Gaga.
Stop
And
Oh my
Yes.
God.
yeah,
So
it's
much
awesome.
fun.
Don't you mean
Yeah.
Oh My Klingon?
Oh my Kalis. So I have that, but the big one that everybody's really excited about is Love is a Battlefield, which doesn't even
Oh my
really need
God.
to be translated into Klingon because it's so fierce anyway.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Oh, are you gonna do
whoa.
a wait? Are you gonna do Alanis Morissette then?
Alanis Morissette. I don't know. I'm not
Oh,
into
come on.
my
There's
90s,
some real.
my 90s angsty women. I don't know. That's
Oh my
not very
God, guys, it's
Klingon.
Pat Benatar. There is no other.
I love
She's-
Pat.
There is no other.
She is,
No.
and I've actually
And
everything
she's
is
as
actually
short
already
as
recorded.
Pixie.
Yeah.
But
You know what?
I
I am taller than Snooki, and that is all that matters.
So
I'm
Pixie,
looking- I'm-
Mal says you got nice hair. We got to bring it up. It's in the
I'm-
chat. Just FYI, I think you got the flat iron right. Right good today. Let me just give you some props. Good on you.
I am looking at something on my computer right now, and it's something I've known forever. But did you know you could put your Mac into Klingon as one of the languages? Yeah. One of the
OMG, so you could
languages.
translate everything that we're saying and repeat it back to us.
No,
And Jen and you
no,
could have a
no,
conversation. You
that's
would know
not
what
what
the
I'm
hell talking
saying.
about. Okay.
That's not what I'm
Nice.
saying. You could put the whole operating system into
Ah,
Klingon.
okay. That's
Oh, like in the
that's
Picard, like my necklace.
that's yeah.
Yeah, everything would be in Klingon. I
Oh,
wouldn't
wow.
know what it was
For
doing, but
example, if you
That's
would
like
to put it in
translating your
French,
computer to
you could put
Brony.
everything in French, but in this case, you would be putting all of the text in Klingon and be very confused unless you were like Jen and just was like, I can read that. I'm good.
Oh
It
no,
took
no,
me
no,
like
no,
a
no.
month when I put.
No?
So they had the
I
program
know.
for bronies where you
You-
could make
wait,
it
wait.
translate everything in a brony,
you
like
could.
the every pony.
Wait,
And
I
it
don't
took me like a
understand.
month after I downloaded it to figure out how to read it correctly.
All right, so
Go ahead,
Jen, it's
Nikki.
like you could speak Klingon, but you can't read it.
Right. Well, and I'm not fluent. I have translators who are amazing, and some of them actually are fluent and conversational actually. But I am not. I know some great phrases, like I can say "hater's gonna hate," "rech mush mush whip poo."
Oh, I gotta learn that one. Rep, mish, mish, poo, poo. Is that
Awesome.
You gotta say it like.
That was awesome.
Rech.
Do you have to get like all the phlegm out of the back?
All the
It's
phlegm
like-
back there. That's that
like-
big H. Rech.
It's like
mush
Rech.
mush whip poo.
if you're
Right.
Jewish,
Mish,
you
mish,
pick that one
whip
up
poo.
quick.
Yeah, it's true. It's like
I
a
think I
combination
got it.
between like Hebrew and French and like Russian. I don't.
Oh,
it's-
That is totally awesome. Hey, we have a question in chat for Jen. Malith wants to know if he donates, could you take requests, because he would love to hear Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls, done in Klingon.
Oh,
So
not
I'm pretty
not
sure
this
at
year.
some point you may be able to put up a donation link on your website and say, listen, people,
Yes.
X amount of dollars, I will do whatever song you want, personal, on my YouTube, and call you out. So, Malith,
So-
she's got a website, dude.
So what
There's
could you give
things
us?
you can do to connect with her.
So what could you do for us a cappella right now?
Acapella right now. What do you want? I have the 6 songs for the Kickstarter. That's what I can do for you. I did send you guys clips though.
You did.
So-
And Ian has those clips, but that's not as much fun as putting you on the spot.
No,
So
it's not.
I think let's hear a little bit of, and I know you've done this before. Let's do Brittany's
What's going
Hit Me
on?
Baby.
Oh, maybe one more time. Oh, let's see.
Just do the course.
The chorus.
All right, she every
Yeah, I think so. And you're being well. So
we're breaking up.
But we're all pairing up with each other. I don't know that I can take this.
Ian, what are you doing?
I'm lagging at the moment. I about the lag.
Douche man.
If you guys were watching, you got the big epic face from Jen. I mean, I was like, yeah, go ahead, girl. I'm not gonna need her to because she's getting some fake. You know what I'm saying? All you basketball haters, don't go there with her. Everything is yes, Jen. Jen in the chat. We got you. I lagging. Fail. Today.
I think we're all like now.
Yeah. You're still. Okay.
Ian, could you please stop porn?
Did you say porn?
Could you just wait and like yell it at 20?
Hey, Ian. We'll come back in just a minute. I'm going to fix this down because there's no way we're going to keep talking. It's cutting in out. We'll be back.
Absolutely. In the meantime, I shall imagine your people, and I shall No.
Yeah, Pixie, if I could even understand what I would agree with you, but I'm not this time.
I don't know. Everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Jen.
It's got to be on Ian's side.
Yeah.
The call. I mean, I can hear you all, but like crappy connection right now.
Well, actually, I can hear Ian perfectly. I can't hear anybody else.
Yeah. We can hear you perfectly. We can't hear anybody else perfectly.
Hey, Ian, was I breaking up to you?
All you were breaking up to me.
I was? Am I breaking up? You were breaking up. Maybe. Fun.
Yeah, I agree. This is insane.
I
Why
think
don't
the
we?
whole window is perfect.
Why don't we play the awesome commercial for our amazing sponsor, Charger Leash, while we work on getting this technical issue fixed?
That is correct, because guys, if you go out and you use the nice, nifty new code that we have from our friends at Charger Leash, which is, you can't hear me?
We've all been there. That moment of panic when you realize you've left your charger somewhere. But where? Is it in your hotel room, your rental car? Wherever it is, your battery is dying, and now you're stuck. But now you never have to worry about leaving your charger behind with the brand new Charger Leash. It's preset to ring as soon as you unplug your device. The alarm helps to remind you to unplug your cord and take it with you, ensuring you're never on the go without power. It's also a great anti-theft device that alerts you if someone else unplugs your phone at a public charging station, at an airport, or a convention center. Never get stuck with a dead battery again. Charger Leash.
Ta-da!
Alright. Is it better?
Ta-da!
Oh, you're so much better.
That was just weird.
It's
Hello?
Skype. Jen, can you hear us?
Yes.
All right, so
That was just nuts.
Ian
Yeah,
is
that was horrible.
Ian is ready to rock and roll.
Thanks, Ian.
All right. You are welcome, ladies. I gotta redo everybody in the cameras now, so just talk.
Yep, no problem.
Okay, no problem. Oh, there goes Pixie.
Tonto, jump
Yeah,
on
everybody
it. Jump on it.
is everybody is schooling for me, but I think we're back up.
Yeah, we're back up. I just have to recapture everybody.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna keep talking. Everybody, we will be back up in a moment. Thank you, producer Ian, for assisting us with the technical difficulties.
Too loud.
It's all right. It's loud enough. Hey, by the way, Shriv, I'll be donating next month. Mala, thank you so much, sir, for your donation to the charity foundation. And as Pixie says over there, we heart you. We are striving to, give some kids an education, and hopefully, I love that thing you're holding, Pixie. It's just adorable. We hopefully will be able to educate some young girls and push them towards a career in the tech field. Maybe an engineer. Maybe a scientist of some sort. I have tasked my young daughter with making the mammogram female friendly. That's the one job that she has between now and 36. Guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, believe me, ask the women in your life. They will raise their hand and say, please. Okay? Just saying. Anyways, I think we're almost back up. Pixie is the last one.
Using your breasts together.
Yeah, that's not, that's not the fun way. I don't know about you girls, but I prefer some other methods. Right? Guys, if you watched that commercial, that was for our new sponsor, Charger Leash. Charger Leash is a company that I myself have the product. I love it. I have not forgotten my charger any place, period, because there's an alarm on this thing that when you unplug it from your device, it is very loud and very annoying.
Dude, so you're going to go back. It really is.
And I love this thing. And Charger Leash has been great. They've been very generous with us, and they've given us the LORT. That's Lima Oscar Radio Thomas. For you people who Tango, whatever you want. For you people who need me to spell, you use that code at the checkout on their website, and they're giving you a 25% discount. On top of that, they're matching funds for the discount. They're giving us 25% of the proceeds directly to our charity. That means every one of these items that are purchased, we get a little bit of money for our charity. So head out there, get your Charger Leash. I'm telling you, it is worth it. And you know me, guys. I will tell you if an item is a piece of shit. I will tell you. If it's not for me, we won't back it. And we put this in our convention, what we call in the military, your bug out bag, which means that backpack that you're carrying around with all that stuff that must go to a convention, I would recommend this goes in there. Because if you're in a convention and you lose your charger, you're screwed. You lose that thing and you know what happens. You're not going to be able to stand in the little cubicle in the line and plug into the wall and sit with all your other friends that are laying there waiting for their phone to charge, like at the airport or wherever you're at. Those little power packs, those work for a length of time, but if you don't have the cord, you're screwed.
Yep. Up shit creek without a paddle. So, now that we have all of our technical issues settled,
let's get into the
topics.
I
may or may not have started
what topic?
Poking the internet. Yeah. So before we get into our hot topics, let's talk to Jen a little.
Sure.
So Jen, tell us a little bit more. Tell us anything you want to tell us.
A little bit more. Yeah,
I would like to know specifically how you became obsessed with not only Star Trek, but progressed into just primarily falling in love with Klingon or the Klingon culture. Because I'm a Trekkie, don't get me wrong. I love me some Star Trek, watched it as a young child, still watch it today, and trying to have my kid watch it, and she's looking at me like I'm crazy. But I never specifically picked one particular race, minus the Borg, because I thought they were OMG at the time,
It's scary. So it's funny because I'm a singer and an actor, and so the first thing that happened to me was I got cast in a Klingon Christmas Carol, and I was never big into Star Trek. I mean, I liked Buffy, and I was into Whedon show. I was certainly a nerd, but it wasn't.
Did you say you were into weed?
Wheaton. Will Wheaton.
Wheaton. Okay.
No, like Joss Whedon.
Oh
Joss Whedon shows.
Joss Whedon, not Will Wheaton. I'm like,
all right, well, hey,
one
one of the Wheaton boys.
You think this is Seattle?
Yeah, but I like
California?
the Will Wheaton too.
Or Colorado, New York.
But yeah, I got cast. I was kind of an actor who got a show and got a gig, and we started rehearsals, and my kitty is running up against me. We started rehearsals, and I started watching the episodes that were Klingon centric specifically, and I was like, wow, these guys are crazy. and it was really the fans. I really kind of got into the fandom, and just I really appreciated that the fans made what we were doing possible. I thought that was so cool. And then there was this whole language around it. And when I started singing, I was doing voice lessons, and I was singing opera and stuff like that. And so I enjoyed singing in different languages, and was so happy I got to do the warrior anthem in the show. So I actually got to sing the warrior anthem in the show. And during the show, Single Ladies was actually really popular at the time. When I first started doing, when I my first year, and I ended up translating part of the chorus into Klingon, and that was sort of my first like Klingon pop thing. And then a few years later, I ended up doing the improvised Star Trek song, and it was just perfect because I sing in covers bands and stuff like that, and I do a lot of singing. So it just, and then I started watching all the Trek. Like I fell in love with Janeway, and like it was all about
Tuvok.
she's badass. And so I started watching Voyager, and my husband was like, "Oh, I think you'll like a female captain," and I was like, "Yeah, man, yeah," and she likes coffee. Go girl. And now I actually had, after watching so many different things piecemeal, I've been watching like Next Gen from the beginning, like, and I'm like 3 seasons in right now, and I only in like a month and a half. So I'm starting to get super hardcore.
Doesn't it blow your mind to go back and watch it again with an adult mind? You're just like, I missed that. Whoa, that was really funny, because there's some things as a young adult or even a teenager that it just went, because it was such a new concept that we were all just engaged. You know what I'm saying? You want to see where I went there?
Hey, make it so.
Make it so.
Man, is that Single Ladies version on YouTube that we can kind of check that out, or the clips?
No, I only ever did the chorus as a joke. I think it was like Hoch Nebetwepu. I'm not even sure it was a good translation. Like, it was not.
Does everything end in poo?
It
I mean,
poo ends up making things plural. That's how you. So like, if I say Shuvwe, that's one warrior, but if I say Shuvwitpu, that's warriors. So.
Oh, that's good to know.
A little Klingon grammar mini lesson for you. I do know a little bit, but
that's gonna stick with me.
Apparently more is not always a good thing. Apparently sometimes it makes it a little pooey.
Pooey.
Somehow, some way.
With the project too, I'm going to be at Archon in St. Louis. And so I'm actually planning, I already have been in the recording studio. I've already recorded all the songs, even though the Kickstarter doesn't end for another week. Because I really want to be able to deliver on time and before Christmas with the CDs and the rewards and stuff like that. So I really push myself. I'm fronting I'm putting up a lot of my own money up front and hoping to recoup my costs and not go broke doing this. And so,
when is that convention?
It's actually next weekend. It's October 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It's also in conjunction with the 25th anniversary of the Klingon Assault Group, which is an international Klingon fan group. So they're all going, a whole bunch of people are going to be there. And so I'm going to get to debut these songs for like one of the first big Klingon fan groups, which is pretty fun and exciting too.
Oh, wow.
And I'll be bartending at the room party.
Would there be a web-specific convention that you know off the top of your head that people can,
Yeah, it is. It should be. Let me see if I do this right. archonstl.org, I believe. I just popped that in the chat. So.
Awesome. So guys, if you're in the general area, or if you're need something to do, you could go over and see Jen and actually maybe even talk her into taking a picture. You're going to be Twitter famous, get an autograph, and have another short Klingon lesson. She'll give you more if you show up, right?
It's true. Absolutely. And there's going to be a bunch of at least one of the translators is going to be there that I worked with for this project. So yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be fun. Male Spy 007. Do I perform at cons? That's for 2015. I want to be able to put together these 6 songs give me a really nice base. It's about 22 minutes worth of music, and then I can add in some other stuff. So next year, that's my goal, is to get a good enough set together that I could do like filk tracks or something like that at conventions. So I'm crossing my fingers that I can get the music together and do that.
Well, Jen, I can formally invite you to add yourself to our speaker panel list for our Education of the Gamer series, which allows us to travel from convention to convention and promote particular artists and or artistry. And we will be going to MechaCon, we're going to PenCon, and we're going to Bro Show in the next 3 months. So if you would like to formally add your name to the list, and that's just for 2015. If you'd like to formally add your name to the list, and guys, if you want to check this out, I'll put the link in the chat. You can check out the website, Super K2Con series. That is our partner network, and what we do is we bring the fun to conventions where there is no fun. We take all of the great things that we do as LORT Nation, and we bring all of the cool things, all of the toys, all of the things to a convention where there normally isn't gameplay and consoles, PCs, and all that kind of stuff, and we actually just promote the crap out of it. And all of we get almost 30% of the proceeds go back into our charity. So if you would like to add your name to the list, we'll be glad to have you, because we think that you have a unique talent here, and we think people should see you. This Kickstarter is funded. However, again, you've got some goals that you want to reach, and specifically outside of those other songs, I see that you've got, CDs that you're going to sell, right?
I would really like I'm only doing 100 CDs for the Kickstarter. I'm keeping it really low because I'm pretty much self-producing this whole thing. So when you get something in the mail, I'm shipping it myself. I'm not using some sort of big fulfillment center. I am my own fulfillment center for this. So I wanted to keep it.
That is no fun. I can say that with certainty. Shipping and logistics, you guys should know how much work goes into that, all right? It is not a party time.
Yeah,
that's right.
So that's why I kept everything really low, because I know I can manage that, and I could get some friends together and be like, here, stuff some CDs and envelopes for me. And here's some beer my husband homebrews. It's a very low, lo-fi operation here. But I would love to be able to get more CDs for, so that I could actually sell them at conventions and stuff like that. But it is not cheap. The rights for the songs cost as much as the CD duplication does. So it's sell it
online.
I'm going to be doing. I actually am going to be having digital distribution.
SoundCloud.
Yeah, I have part of the package that I'm doing is digital distribution rights as well for with this initial Kickstarter. So I'll be on iTunes and Google Play and CD Baby and
get yourself a Patreon account too.
I've thought about that.
Hey,
I'm just trying to survive this.
What?
Sir Deadly just showed up in the chat. He's saying hi to us, ladies. Thank you for coming back. Welcome, welcome. Speaking of chat, I think that it is now my turn to shout the chat, and I'm gonna mess up every single one of your names just because I can. Obviously in chat, besides us here and producer Ian, we got Moobot. I can handle that name, right? We got Jericho. We got Jen Usellis.
Usellis, that's me.
Damn it. I'm good over here. I promise. I haven't been drinking too much. Mal's here. Mal's always here, hanging out. Thank you, sir, for coming every week. We got Malik. Yes, we know. Quirk, Sir Deadly, and who do we have hanging out? Oh, we just got Xavier, who was Captain Obvious and said that we had 9 people in the chat. Thank you, sir. So kind of you to let us know that 9 people were in the chat. We're up to 10 now. Yay!
I wouldn't have
come
known.
in and out.
I could.
Is Moobot a person?
Moobot is a person. Moobot will slap
totally
you. Okay?
AI.
Don't mess with Moobot.
Moobot's a Nazi. I'm pretty sure of this.
You. Moobot will jack you up.
So let's move on into our lovely hot topics, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kick us off because this is gonna upset some people. But Blizzard canceled its next generation MMO Titan after 7 years.
I am disappointed, I have to say.
So one of the things they said was the discipline of knowing when to quit is important. We're losing perspective and we're getting lost in the weeds. We had to allow ourselves to take that step back and reassess why the hell we were doing that thing in the first place. Which I think is a really, I think that's a great perspective to have. Because if you can't even remember why you started something, like, do you really need to still be working on it?
I'm just saying.
Whoa.
You know,
Whoa. Haters gonna hate.
haters gonna hate. I am disappointed as right. I am disappointed as a gamer that it took them this long to figure it out.
How much of this is them now being under the, development curtain of Activision? How much of it is that they're saying, when Blizzard was on their own, it was something that didn't matter when it was coming. They'd put it out when they want to. Now they have to answer to one of those huge companies, and they're going to be like, hey, you're wasting resources there. You're not making us money. It might have been something like that. And God bless you, and they've lost how many people this year,
Yes, this is true.
So, I mean, yeah, so it's like people that have been with the company forever. So, it might just be Activision sinking their teeth little by little into them, kind of like they did with some other games that we won't talk about right now.
True. And
Destiny being boring.
Hey, a lot of people are loving that Destiny at this point.
Yeah, but I think that they're still in the honeymoon curve. Let's see what they're saying in 6 months.
Like everything else. Exactly. However, let's go back to Blizzard. Jen, what do you think?
What do I think? I think that I already canceled my World of Warcraft account, so...
Ooh, that tells you a lot.
Because of this?
No, honestly, I ran out of time because of doing... So, for me, I just have had so little time to play games that everything has just gone so far over my head in the last few months. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. But
That's true. However, I feel that World of Warcraft is like a General Hospital episode. You could go away from it for a little while, but you're still going to come back and know what's going on to a point.
Yep.
Just saying. Pixie, what do you think? Ultimately, I don't know. You've never been an MMO, or you kind of strayed away from that.
Yeah. For me personally, I think Blizzard as a company and as a whole really understands how to build a game and how to build it effectively and with things that attract gamers in the whole. I think they've fallen off. Because I think there are other companies who are coming up who are doing new and bigger and better and exciting things. I think some of Blizzard has lost, its luster in the past couple of years. But ultimately, I still think that Blizzard understands how to put out a well-polished and interesting game that does draw people in, even if it's just for the name. And I think the fact that they decided to stop, I think that speaks heavily about their thoughts on the game themselves. Because ultimately you want your developers to build a game that they love and that they would want to play. And I feel like after 7 years, if you're like, let's just cancel this, like, whatever... At that point, you're really admitting that the game's not what it should be.
I think it speaks to the integrity of the studio to make that decision before they launch. And launch is always difficult to begin with for any game. And the fans that have been playing World of Warcraft or been riding with Blizzard for over a decade would be harsh if it wasn't up to the standard of a vanilla WoW player from back in the day.
Right.
Absolutely.
I think that there's some talk in the chat about Hearthstone. People either love it or hate it.
Right.
And we know Draenor, the expansion is coming out, and there's high expectations for that. So it may very well be that they are concentrating on that because there's a lot of changes coming up. And it's not just the usual changes that we see with a patch or a DLC. Right. They're really going all out on this one. And they could have allocated those people that were working on the game that is no more, Titan, to this because they want to keep those core players who have been paying their salary for a long time.
Well, I mean, if you think about Blizzard and like when it comes to that, you like Dota's doing something similar, like with their big patch that's coming out. Like it's completely going to like shift the Dota meta and change the game in a lot of ways.
And that can be very upsetting for Dota players. However, when you talk about a MOBA versus an MMO,
has to happen.
You've got two different things going on.
I think that's something that has to happen in any game, though. Really, because you can't... The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result.
But what you're talking about, Pixie, is not from a consumer standpoint. It's from a corporate standpoint. And that's where you differ as a player to a company. And Nikki, you can go ahead and speak to this because I know you had a comment before Pixie made her comment. I would like to hear what you had to say.
No, I just think that this is something that's not a surprise. You know, Titan being canceled has been rumored for not just months, but for a year. And they kept pushing it back. And to be honest with you, does it matter at this point? I think maybe it's something that became irrelevant and they just canceled it. And yes, I think that it was probably something being now that they're under the head of Activision, and it made no sense that it might have gone on and become something later on. But this isn't the first time that Blizzard has done something like this. StarCraft Ghosts so many years ago was worked on forever and then just canceled because it was never living up to the expectations of what they wanted it to be. And Ghost was going to be that first-person shooter in the StarCraft universe. This is not unprecedented for Blizzard to do. They've done it before. And they seem to know what they're doing because whether they have 12 million or 7 million people, that's still a freaking large number of people paying $15 freaking dollars a month to play a game. They're still successful regardless of being almost half the number of people that were playing before. So I think in the grand scheme of things, Draenor is going to do exactly what every expansion does. Every other expansion is good. So the last expansion was good. This one supposedly is supposed to be wonderful, but if we go by historically, this will be an and the next one will be wonderful. I'm hoping that's not the case, but that's just historical. And it will go on. Look at games like EverQuest. That, you know, the demise of EverQuest was EverQuest 2 because they rebooted the whole universe and pissed off half the people and they went to go play the other games. I think that this is something that is probably the right thing to do so they don't so they don't follow in the footsteps of Sony, who's trying to bring that life back with Landmark and EverQuest Next. So I have my feelings about it because I played WoW addictively for a long time and I haven't really logged in for months. I think this is a good thing. Let them focus on the game that makes them the money. Let them focus on the game that has the largest number of people that are still interested in it. And let them make this game better. And who's to say that they have to bring out a new one? Why can't they just keep making the one that they have better and better, right?
I would agree with that. Being a longtime WoW player, and my husband is still playing WoW, and I go back to it here and there because it's something that we do together. You know, we find a game, and having a pocket healer for him is epic. When he has to do a raid, he can just say, Friday night at 10:30, you're mine from 10:30 to 1 o'clock, and that's it. You need to be in front of the computer. You're not working. You're healing, and it seems to appease the beast that is the MMO player and my spouse because I can never get a chance to game, and I can jump back in. Like I said, you can go back to WoW and jump in and still feel just as comfortable, and there's a lot to be said about that.
That won't be this time.
Yeah, there is.
Any other MMO. Now,
this time that won't happen. This time that won't happen. It's a significant changes to mechanics. So
they always say that. They always say that, but it is adaptable most of the time. You know what I mean?
All right.
Especially coming from a person that sticks with one class.
All right, I object. I'm the judge. Overruled. We're getting like way off topic here.
No, we're talking about the game. We're talking about
We're not talking about Titan. We're talking about WoW.
Because Titan is no more. It's okay. Aegon says the story wasn't rebooted either. EQ2 takes place hundreds of years later. Okay, actually, you can read what he says. So we're gonna have a conversation about EQ2 here for a minute. I have never played EQ, never wanted to because I was sucked into WoW. So what would make a person want to go to EQ2 now, other than nostalgia?
Being able to play as
What
a
do you guys
cat.
think? Oh, okay. That's
I have no feelings either way on this.
One word: furries.
No.
Yeah. Okay, what's next?
All right, so...
Ooh, is that you, Pixie?
It's always me. Who else belches that loud?
Well, it brings up feelings, all the feelings about bonks. You can't be doing that. I get traumatized.
I miss bonks. I miss bonks.
Guys, I just talked to her yesterday. She gives everybody a hi and a wave. She's working hard, and she's working hard to get back to us. So don't worry, she'll be back in her own due time. Jen is actually having a little one-on-one time with Mal. They might actually know each other. So, secret lovers, rendezvous. I don't know. We'll see what's going on.
Do you work in downtown Chicago? Yeah. Do you work in that strip club? I go there every night. You do that thing on strip tease. No.
Yeah, there actually is a burlesque group in Chicago that does geek burlesque. They've done
we are very
Star Wars: A New Hope and stuff like that.
Right now, it's insane.
Yeah,
we know who they are, and that group we check out every time we go to Chicago, and they also send us a lot of their press releases, and we like to. It's pretty epic. If you haven't seen it, and I'm not going to promote it right now because I'm going to do an article, but it is something you have to see when you go to Chicago. Nerd burlesque is awesome. I gotta say.
Alrighty, Miss Nikki, what do you have for us this week?
Well, something I haven't watched, but it's definitely in my queue. Gotham. Oh my God, the reviews came in, and for what I see, this is a show that Fox nailed it on, so it will probably be gone this year because
exactly.
Awesome show.
And before Gotham is canceled.
Right. So I've heard so many people, and then I read the reviews, and it
might take it off of Netflix.
Yeah, no, it's not on Netflix yet, right? It's supposed to come after the season. Right away, they get it, right?
I'm just traumatized. They're gonna take the whole freaking Battlestar Galactica off of Netflix. I had to throw it in there. I'm a little upset, even though I own the box set. For people who haven't watched it, why remove it from
because it'll probably go to Hulu. It doesn't matter, or Amazon Prime. They fight each other all the time. What's the difference? Own all 3 subscriptions.
The difference is if you don't own all 3 subscriptions, you want to still watch it on your Netflix. But anyway, let's talk about Gotham. I watched it. I'm not going to give out spoilers because we don't do spoilers. Nikki, it's on your list.
It's on my list.
On your list. All right.
Did you watch the first episode yet? Oh, I totally watched the hell
Jen said it's on her list. She hasn't done anything except for her Kickstarter.
It's like, I watch Outlander with a friend of mine because I like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like I'm 2 episodes behind. I go to my friend's house and we watch as much as we can. So
I'm so in love with Outlander. I have it like recording right now on my DVR. So when this is done,
Nikki's writing it down.
Sit in my crappy pajamas with a bowl of popcorn.
Yeah. Ian says he is not watching Gotham until it's renewed for the 2nd season. And you know how
I agree with you.
He's like glass half empty type of guy.
No,
so he's waiting and biding his time to figure out if it's going to make it. And
if it is awesome, they cancel it.
Yeah, it's kind of the unfortunate way it goes.
It is. Yeah. It's the curse of Fox.
Oh, it was awesome, but it just cost us too much to make. And
speaking of TV premiere week, is anybody... Go ahead.
No, I'm just crying about the loss of Malcolm and Zoe, and never mind. Janetown.
Has anybody watched, How to Get Away with Murder?
Yes!
Oh. She's sucking air. Okay, so and Nikki, is it on your TiVo or your list?
It's on my list, but I was not allowed to watch anything until I got through that last season of Breaking Bad.
Okay.
And we started watching the last 2 shows 3 times. I got through half of one when my daughter came over and said, "Could you help me with my paper?" And I was like, "Okay." So
there goes
that
that TV time.
Yeah, that didn't end until last night. And it was a major launch for my company last week, which meant I had absolutely no time.
Right.
So,
Agreed.
yeah.
And I will tell you that I would recommend watching it because I'm very, very interested in seeing, I should say, hearing your opinion of this particular show. I know Pixie, and Pixie is an impressionable young girl, and she's very philosophical. So for her, I knew she was going to love it. Nikki, however, is
I'm gonna
a
watch
person
it
that you're a person
How to Get Away with Murder?
Right.
Okay, I'll watch it tonight.
You're going to watch it. Okay, because I'm interested to hear your opinion. And Jen, when you watch it, don't forget to tweet at us and let us know what you think. You guys out there in chat,
right.
if you've watched it, just give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you're going to continue to watch this. Or you're going to wait and see how it grows, or was one and done for you and it wasn't your thing. I know a lot of you Scandal fans are out there. I was in it to win it. I watched it all live, and you know me, I don't have a lot of time for live TV. Scandal, I watched it, and I have some feelings, and they're not good feelings. So I gotta write this one out.
I have a feeling that How to Get Away with Murder is a combo between Grey's Anatomy, Law and Order, and like Criminal Minds. Like, well, they all had this nice little baby, and
that's too much. That's too many different things.
We just had.
That's like ADD
We went into Chandra Land. If you looked at how things were scheduled, you've got Grey's Anatomy,
Scandal, How to Get Away,
and then How to Get Away with Murder. So there was a big build up of this show. We were just like set up, and they were knocking them down. So now that it's not Thursday night and you can watch them out of order and or at your own leisure, it may be different for you guys that haven't watched it, on premiere night, because it was very suspenseful. We were waiting. We were like, it's coming on. We got to watch it now. And I think that there's some controversy out there on the internet about just how much Shonda Rhimes has risen to fame with her writing and her style.
Oh, yeah.
There was some bombarding of her on the internet and some very negative comments that I think that were not valid for the talent that she has. And you guys can go look at that yourselves and give us your opinion. Pixie, you might be one of the only people that have read some of those things to elaborate, and we're just going to talk about it for a minute here, because I think that was personal attacks going on versus the talent that she has as a producer and a writer. Before these shows, she had a career in Hollywood. She's done other things, and they weren't these shows that were predominantly Black or Afro-American leads.
This is awesome.
So, do you think that this was unwarranted attack of her talent and her skill?
I think it is. And the thing is
it's difficult for you.
It all started with a New York Times article. Right? And this person doesn't know Shonda Rhimes, has no idea who Shonda Rhimes is as a person. And just proceeds to literally just tear her to pieces. And the thing is there was an article that I read that had Avery, the guy who plays Avery.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember what his real name is. In Grey's Anatomy, right?
Yeah. Okay. Who actually spoke out about Shonda Rhimes and about how she's changing the landscape of television shows. And it's true, she is. She's a brilliant writer who has come up with original concepts, with original ideas. I mean, so making a television show like Grey's Anatomy or a medical drama is not new. They're soap operas. True. But what they did with it was completely different, and it was this new thing, and it's super interesting, and look at how much it's grown. It's gone from, this is what, its 7th or 8th season?
Yeah, it's been going for a while, and there were shows like ER back in the day. You guys, if you remember that, those of you who are old enough to remember that, Pixie, you can watch it on Netflix. And those were dramas that were medical eccentric, but they weren't so overblown in the relationship of like a soap opera type feel, where you're not in everybody's business as much as it was more of a medical drama where we were looking at cases and they were, now granted, Chandra does a really good job of trying to keep a good balance. However, it is a very different feel, and I think that
it really is.
The article that was written was a more of a personal attack on her as a person, and her being a person of a different ethnic, group, and than most producers in Hollywood, or most producers that are this famous, because she's very up there in the rank of Hollywood icons.
Okay.
I mean, Jen, I saw you. I don't know if you had something to say and make a comment, but we would love to hear your opinion on. Does it matter in the realm of? I mean, you're out there and you've been in the industry and doing various things and dealt with probably a lot more people that we have in that type of relationship where they have to make decisions on your career and how you brand yourself as well as how you proceed. And sometimes it may get a little bit difficult in making decisions. I mean, do you think it's okay to personally attack someone for the accolades that they have?
Absolutely not. I mean, people, they're working. No.
No.
Period.
Yeah.
Like, you work for what you earn, and that's it. Just,
whether you are male or female, correct?
Yeah, right? It's just icky. Male, female, black, white. It's just all icky. I don't. No, it's never okay.
We would agree. I think that the if the woman is making millions of dollars for a network and she has 3 shows on back to back in primetime TV, you gotta give her props. I mean, come on, respect her for the talent.
Well, in that case, somebody's just jealous.
Think about what think about what she does with her characters, though. Like, in all seriousness, they're iconic. Like, they're super diverse. It's not no character is a one-trick pony. They have these deep emotional layers. Like Meredith, like Christina Yang. Oh my God, Christina Yang was like my favorite person on Grey's Anatomy. She was a super big bitch. But, like, she had all of these layers that are what made her that way. And, you start to see these things peel back. And you start to see how, like, very human each character is. And that's why Shonda Rhimes is so good. She's interesting, but she makes interesting characters.
I would agree. And I think that we all in agreement that it's not okay because you don't agree with someone or your opinion is different from someone, whether it be race, religion, sex, whatever it may be, it doesn't give you the right or validate you to tear someone else down.
No, it doesn't.
You do have freedom of speech. This is what our country was founded on. We have the internet. You can type whatever the hell you want, but just because you're hiding behind those keys does not make you right. And I'll leave it at that. I want to move on to...
Yeah, because we've got like 10 minutes left in the show.
I want to move on to the Kickstarter that I was graciously asked to be a part of, Girls on Games. And if you guys haven't heard of Girls on Games, there's going to be a link coming up at some point, I'm pretty sure. If you haven't heard about it, it's all over my Twitter. It's all over the Ladies of the Round Table Facebook, because I have been... graciously asked to write a chapter in this book. Basically, Girls on Games is a lighter side of the industry of women in gaming, from tabletop to cosplay to, media entertainment, as well as just, MOBAs, whatever you're into. And I get to write a chapter. I'm flabbergasted, beyond honored that I'm going to be with other women like Jessica Blair, Kristen Looney, and Satine Phoenix. And this project, within 24 hours, they were only asking for, I think it's $2,500, went well beyond that in 24 hours. 24 hours, I think they were up to like 5 or 7K. And now,
awesome.
obviously, they're completely funded, and they've raised over $19,000 with various stretch goals to have this book published, as well as to be able to have a signing party and launch party. And it's going to be available to buy, and we'll be autographing it. Each of us will autograph our chapters. So this is going to be a great book, and it's going to bring in various opinions on different topics for each of us and how the industry has shaped us, affected us, and what we're doing to change it for each of us individually. So I think if you guys are interested, keep an eye on it. I'm pretty excited. I'm damn excited because I want to share this with my kid. This is something I can show my daughter and be able to physically hand her and say, go do your thing, you know, because these smart kids are going to change some things for us, and I'm going to be dead and gone, and she's going to be making that mammogram work for me, you know, the rest of you people, right?
Yep.
Here's hoping.
Man. Pixie, let's give a short wrap-up of Burbank, because I know you were out there for something special.
Oh, this is going to be so long. We'll talk about it next week. That would be easier.
All right, we'll talk about it next week. All right, so, Nikki, you already talked about...
yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, you talked about your love for that TV show that you haven't got a chance to watch yet, that Gotham. And I did have a chance to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And...
Xena!
Yes. The one and only was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And if you haven't watched it, Lucy Lawless, first out the gate, first 3 minutes, there she was. So I give him props,
man,
because I was like, if I gotta wait 10 minutes, I'm gonna be pissed off. If I don't see
Lucy
Lucy Lawless.
The show forever now?
You know what? I cannot tell you until you watch the episode. You're going to have to see what happens, people. If you haven't seen it, go now, right when we're done, and go watch it, because you got to watch it for next week, and it'll come up quick. So I recommend that to everybody as well. Kitty.
Another kitty.
Another kitty. And we're going to get to our outros and our shout-outs right now, and I think I'm going to go with Nikki first.
Oh, wow. I've had a really big week. I want to give a shout-out to the guys from Sonny's Diner. They had me on their show this week. And those two guys are amazing. And if you guys don't listen to Sonny's Diner, which is a Star Citizen podcast, get your freaking rear ends out there and listen to them, because they are wonderful. And a shout out to everybody in chat. And Jen, thank you so much for joining us. You are amazing. Okay. Well, you sing Klingon. That is just like, nobody does that. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Okay.
Awesome. Pixie, go for your shout outs, baby girl.
So, obviously, shout-outs to our amazing guest. Thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it. And, you know, really, like, the only thing I have to say is, like, shout-outs to my hashtag WCW this week, Mariska Hargitay. I love you.
OMG, right?
I'm pretty sure we're gonna have babies later. And, shout-outs to, like, my all the time, every time, 100%. All the time, hashtag WCW Wonder Woman. Yeah. And shout outs to Malith, my bestie. You're awesome. And we're going to go play games later. Tomorrow.
Right?
Hey, when are we doing giveaways?
We are doing giveaways as soon as I can get my hot little hands on some things that I have some sweet giveaways. I got alpha codes coming, people. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but they're coming in my email box shortly next week, and then we'll have physical hard merchandise. But as you guys know, we're a nonprofit, so logistics is a bitch. I will be shipping that stuff out as soon as I possibly can. All right? And I also, I think it's Jen's turn for shout-outs.
Yay.
Shout outs? I guess I have to give a shout out to my Klingon Pop Warrior backer army, because the enthusiasm that folks have put behind this project is just, I'm so thankful. People have no idea how ridiculously thankful I am. I can't express it enough. So really just every single contributor from $1 on up, it means so much to me that people have faith in me and this goofy little project that's really just a labor of love. And shout out to my husband for putting up with me. And yeah. And shout outs to my translators. Oh my God.
God. Oh man. All right, it's my turn. I want to give shout outs to Jen for teaching me some great Klingon words, and later in private, she'll be teaching me some Klingon curse words, so I can use those in the house. And I have a teenager, and no one will know what the hell I'm talking about. And I also want to give shout outs to Ian, obviously, for, being an awesome epic producer and getting our sound fixed when we had technical difficulties, and our fans who, are here week after week and enjoy what we're doing and share it on your social media and like us on the Facebook, and also are following us on YouTube. You guys are great. Thank you for growing our numbers and, believing in what we're doing with the charity. And Nikki and Pixie, girls, I want to give you the biggest hug and the shout outs, because I was gone for a period of 2 weeks now. I think it was. We were off 1 week, and then the other week you guys again held your own and held me, held the show down. I'm proud of you guys. You guys are awesome sauce. And that's it for me. Charger Leash, you were banging. All right.
Good damn right.
Good job. Thank you for
coming on. Thank you so much, ladies.
You're very welcome. And yeah, she just cursed me out. No, I'm kidding. Mal says Jen is so cute and Trekkie, he just can't stand it. Stalker. No, I'm kidding. All right.
Somebody thirsty. Get some water,
roll them credits, producer Ian. We're out. Everybody dance it out.
Man, I can't move. My back hurts.
Nikki dancing. Oh, Nikki's. Yeah, wave that hand like the princess wave. She's like,
I'm on.
Uh-oh. Jen is like voguing.
Lots of medication. Oh, my God.
What is that, Dixie?
This one does. I sing Britney.
Right? Said, I got you.
You gotta sing Britney where the clothes that Britney does and smack your own ass. Oh, she's still around?